A Mobile woman is recovering tonight after being attacked and robbed in broad daylight.
Now, the purse snatching happened outside of a CVS in West Mobile. The victim didn't want to show her face, but she did sit down with our Chasity Byrd tonight to talk about her terrifying experience.
Watch the top right corner of this video. A man walks into the screen, and the next thing you see is what appears to be a struggle. This is surveillance footage from the CVS pharmacy on Cottage Hill Road at Cody Road in Mobile. The struggle you saw was a woman being attacked. The victim and her husband had been in the store. Her husband went back inside, and the victim was on her cell phone and stayed outside to finish her conversation.
I had just hit end call into my conversation with my sister and was going to go back in when he came up from behind me. I never heard him coming, never heard him make a sound. And the first thing he did was he put his hands over my face. He had something on his hands, and he violently rubbed his hands into my eyes and my nose, blinding me.
Here's what happened next.
Then he started trying to rip the purse off my shoulder, and I believe at some point he and I both went to the ground together.
The victim was on the ground, bleeding from her mouth and nose. The suspect took off. A few people, including her husband, came out of the store, and somebody called 911.
After the police and the ambulance were there, a man, I don't know who he was, he came running back up the sidewalk, and he said, "Are you hurt?" And I said, "Yes." And he said, "Here's the tag number." I chased him all the way to Tillman's Corner.
This Good Samaritan didn't want to be identified, but it was partly his help that got 41-year-old Robert Collins and his driver, 23-year-old Deanna Wooten, arrested. The victim in this attack says she was no more than 10 feet from the front door. She says she's had flashbacks all night about what happened, and that's why she's speaking out to make sure it doesn't happen to other women.
But women need to understand, even if you're trained, when someone blinds you, you first got to get past that time of panic before you can even function.
The victim says she's always thought of herself as a person aware of her surroundings, but she says this incident shows her you can never be too cautious. Reporting from Mobile, Chasity Byrd, Fox 10 News.
Well, Collins is also the suspect in another purse snatching that happened just a couple of weeks ago. Police say he stole a purse and pushed a 75-year-old woman to the ground just outside of a post office.